What
dropped something
the
there.
hell?
I think you dropped something.
I didn't drop nothing. Tipping over and dropping's two different things. What the hell are you doing here?
I never thought I'd make it.
I thought we wasn't doing an episode.
I really didn't think we'd make it. I was really worried about it.
Yeah.
I thought I was probably gonna have to retire, maybe, or just take up another occupation.
The week that we shared,
Mm-hmm.
we both had in our minds, no, it's over. But guess what?
Mm-hmm. Very rough. Very rough.
Be that way sometimes. Anyway, how you doing? How you holding up?
Speaking of rough, I heard about your collie. He's a transvestite now. So, big shout out to him. I heard about the news. What?
A transvestite?
Who?
You made the change?
Your collie. I think it was your collie. Yeah, he's a transvestite now.
I don't know where you getting your information from.
I hear everything. I literally hear everything. I'm a creep. I have my ears wide open 24/7 on the streets, in your hometown.
You do it
in
dirty
your backyard.
like that. You do the streets like that.
My ears are open. I hear everything.
Your feet are on the pavement. Is what you're saying.
They're on the pavement.
You know what? That's what I'm saying. That's what I admire about you, because you don't see that anymore. You out there doing the work.
Yes, we're not fucking around. No.
Now, this is the episode that came close to never happening.
This is an episode? Wait a minute, where are we at?
No matter what the world puts among us, I will never let you down. Whoever you are.
Yeah.
I said no.
It's a fact, yeah.
But, yeah.
You don't let
now we must move forward.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to get weird. Because, I mean, it's been, I mean, there's
weird
been
is
things.
good.
We'll talk about it later, but it's definitely not today. Do you want to know about the items of interest, poems, and propaganda, man?
No.
Okay.
No, I mean, no,
well,
sure,
no. Fair enough.
No.
Fair enough.
No. I want to hear about it. I really want to hear about it.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Hey, have you ever heard of such thing?
No, not these days.
Well, you will now.
Not really.
I'm gonna serve you up with a piece of hot pie.
I mean, they don't call it propaganda, do they? They just kind of hide it in plain sight? Isn't that normally how it goes?
You can call it whatever the fuck you want. I just thought it sounded nice.
Yeah.
It's all propaganda. It's a funny word.
Mm-hmm. It's funny. It's funny to type, too.
From the fetal heart echoed the scream of who you really are. And take your time. What does that mean?
Well, I mean, my first impression is, oh gosh, especially when you said take your time. Well, how much time does one really have? Because is it really in minutes, or is it in lifetimes? Is it in eternities? Is it?
Doesn't matter. I mean,
yeah, it doesn't matter. That's the other thing. Take your time. I mean,
you have what you're given.
Mm-hmm.
As they said, it's like sand through an hourglass. These are the days of our lives. Yeah. And I told Augie, this guy, he always says he was in the service. And you know Augie.
Yeah.
He's probably that fucking old bastard. I don't know how he's still alive. But
I love him.
Man, I love him definitely. He's making cookies.
He loved
but when I said that to when he first met me, I used that Days of Our Lives phrase. He laughed. He said when he lived in New York, he said they lived one floor up the cast of that. He said he knew the cast, but he said I can't believe you know. Oh, yeah. But I used to be forced to sit down and watch that shit, and I'm traumatized. But I remember the hourglass. Like sand through the hourglass. These are the days of our lives. And then the music would start, and I'd be like, but don't mess with Marvel's shows.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can watch all the Matlock and skip school and eat biscuits you want, but when Days of Our Lives comes on, you shut up, the world stops, and you gotta watch it too. We watching Days of Our Lives. I was like, okay, it was, to be honest with you, it was very painful. But it was so dramatic, and they all had watery eyes, and it was fuzzy, and it was just romance.
Lots of romance, so much debauchery.
Wasn't it? But man, now
So
I'm
bad.
like, oh, I can almost remember every episode. But hey, man, now I appreciate it.
And it's never realistic either.
It's
never.
It's Fernando
never
comes
go
in,
down
he
that
busts
way.
in the door, he grabs, and they all on cocaine. He
never go
grabs
down
the
that
big
way.
titty bitch and he separates one and says, "I want to tell you,
Yeah.
I'm in love with all three of you."
Yeah.
Do, do, do.
And then that cues
And then
the
they're like,
music.
"Ow, Fernando!"
There's the piano
You
piece.
said you was gonna take me away. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh man, I'm like, oh, what's Fernando gonna do?
There's
Who's
the
gonna get killed off the cast?
the
this
very emotive piano piece that follows.
week? Oh man, General Hospital. Oh Jesus
Hospital.
Christ! But Matlock is on his way, and I'm getting biscuits as a reward at the end.
Biscuits.
Yeah, dude, the best. She had the best biscuits. It was worth skipping school for.
Oh.
I'm like, I got a fever. As soon as everybody leaves, I'm going to Grandma's house, man.
Aww.
And dude, they loved it. We'd load up the Buick, we'd go to Publix,
Still
shop,
in your
we'd get some
pajamas.
groceries, we'd come back, we'd watch drama.
Still in your pajamas.
And
Still in
then
there.
Matlock came on, then Looney
Still in-
Tunes
yeah.
came on, and oh shit, man, she had the best snacks. When Looney Tunes came on, the rest of the afternoon, we'd watch cartoons, but she's like, now we're going to go learn arithmetic, and she taught me how to write, basically. It's funny.
Yeah.
Hey, you get something from both sides. Like they taught me how to write, and her husband John, he taught me how to tell stories.
Mhm.
And on my father's side, Tommy taught me how to survive and a mentality
Mhm.
of
Oh yeah.
cool,
Yep.
but with attitude.
Oh yeah.
It was just the mixture was perfect, and I was all ears. I loved it. Anyway,
He was low key.
Low key,
He
but
was
I'm
low
telling
key.
you, he knows. Like, but he's doing that because if you
Yeah.
low key, nobody will see it coming.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, he already knew.
That's
it.
incredible.
Yeah, I love
That's
his style.
incredible. Yeah.
I learned that style, dude. It works every time. Let me have the 4 double burger, super fucking Pepsi. Hell, give me the barrel of syrup. I get a check every week, motherfucker. This is my corner. I'm obese. I ain't wearing no mask. I'm not ordering for the family. I'm ordering for this ass. You can't tell me shit. I'm gonna go binge watch some Hoarders.
Yeah.
And I'm getting a check in the mail every week.
What can you do about them?
I don't know, like I
What
said.
can you do about them?
No, you don't do anything.
Yeah.
It's only a slow murder of themselves.
Yeah. They ask for
But,
it.
you know, people do what they do. Like I said, they only hurt themselves. Fine, fuck it. Hell, I'll pay for it just to get you the fuck out of the way, because all I wanted is, I came here for a small fry and some directions. But, you know, I stand in line, and I got this one look like a banana nut bread or something, and there's only 3 people in line, and it takes me 20 minutes to get up there. And I just stand there, and I just close my eyes. And all I hear is this, lottery, how's your mama doing? Your life story. I'm like, Jesus Christ. All I want is this muffin. And it has taken me 20 minutes to finally get there. And the only thing is, whatever you do, don't cut in line. Twice I've had some crackhead that thought his life was more important to try to cut in line. I mean, whoa. I said, hey. I said, don't fuck with me today. I just want this fucking little. I got just this little shit. And they was
Yeah.
like, my mama said she was in, and her cousin was in the hospital. I'm like,
Nobody cares.
yeah, is that? And the cashier are you hanging her? I'm like, Jesus Christ. And when I get there, by the time I get there, you got this.
It's so silly.
And like, yeah, and we got, nobody's social distance. You standing on my shoulder and you complaining. Lady, I said, get, no.
They act like
Just give me my shit.
they act like
I was
everything's
just, all day long, every day, I'm like, Jesus
everything
fucking
stops
Christ.
for me.
Like, get
That's,
me to
yeah.
the fucking house.
No, I really don't think that's how it works. I don't think the world just stops for you.
But it's funny later, but in the moment, I literally am always standing on my tiptoes and bouncing. It's like I can't even look at anybody. Just please, how much? And you know what? Here's a wad of cash. I'm leaving. I'll just throw money at him and say, yeah, keep the change. It'll be like $2. I gave you a 20. You know what? Buy your family dinner. You're obviously in trouble.
Oh,
Hey, what's this? He says in reply. The last time you're gonna see your penis is after you find McDonald's.
What?
Treat yourself.
Wait,
Because
wait
they
a
get
minute.
so fat from that bullshit,
Oh,
they'll never see
okay.
their penis again.
Yeah,
I was working, it's
Oh, wow.
something I gotta work on.
yeah.
But I just scribbled it down. I said, last time you seen your penis is the first time you saw McDonald's.
Oh, yeah.
And
It's bad.
treat yourself, but goodbye forever. Because you ever
Goodbye
see that guy?
forever.
How long has it been since they seen their penis? They only know what it feels like. But,
Oh, my.
but that's not a bad thing. Because sometimes I look down, I'm like, what the fuck is that? Like, ew.
Aw.
And I look at him,
Really?
he looks at me, and we're like, we're getting old, aren't we?
Really?
No, I had a conversation with my penis, I think, on Wednesday.
You had a conversation.
I looked down at him,
Mm-hmm.
and I was standing in the mirror, and I swear he looked up and said, we're getting old, Buck. And I was like, I hope. I said, you look like I feel.
So,
You look like I feel, So I
Maybe-
said, fuck it.
maybe what
Here we
he
go.
needs is a stimulus. So here is
No.
what now.
There's no
Now wait a
stimulus.
second. Wait a second.
Okay.
So this is where I'm going to bring up this nice little article. So, what might be the chances you could still receive a second stimulus check in the next few harrowing months? Negotiators failed to make it out of their finely furnished seats for the sake of passing yet another stimulus bill, but now that our Senate is done scratching their ass and the House of Representatives have returned from a 2-week bender, there's a slight chance progress is foreseeable. So how do you feel about the next stimulus check? You think you'll see one?
I do believe one,
Is it really going to be a check, though?
but you want to know my honest opinion?
Sure.
Of
course.
I don't know. I don't know what they're doing, man.
I don't know either.
I think it's just.
I don't know either.
I don't understand how you're giving money away. I think people should understand suffering importance.
Of course. I agree.
I think you have to earn your dollar.
Yes.
Because if you baby them,
Mhm.
I've seen it, and I knew this was coming because this is what is going on when you remember all these people were having kids just to get the check in government. But I know people need that, but they're abusing it. But if you
Yes.
baby them and you can send another check out, people will quit their jobs.
Mhm.
But they don't understand that money's going to run out,
Yeah.
and they waste it on frivolous
Oh, of
things.
course. Yeah.
I mean, I appreciate it. I mean, to me, if it comes, I stockpile that shit.
Mhm.
But if the dollar crashes, that check won't matter.
No, it won't. Not at all. And I think it's almost.
But money's got to come out of it. Somebody's gonna get really fucked over that.
Somebody
And it
is,
just,
yeah.
and I'm just, it's not gonna be me because I'll fucking go out there and I'll find something.
Yes, I don't like
But
that.
it's just stressful. But it's nothing. Day by day, man.
Yeah.
But focus. But I put my money in the things that's gonna last.
Of course, I don't like the idea of
I thought
them.
you gotta invest in yourself and your mind.
I don't like the idea of people just handing money to you. No.
Well,
you have to
it's
pay
just
for
too,
that.
like I said. No, that's a
Yeah.
rigged game. I'm telling you, my whole life, 37 years. People give you shit, and it's too good to be true.
Yes.
I guarantee you, there's something in the end. You're gonna pay for that,
Oh yeah.
whether you like it or not. They hit that another
You
check,
will.
shit's gonna get bonkers. As always. Yeah, people fucking shit up, burning shit up. It's you know, it's gonna be a wild ride.
But I imagine if I had
It's just you know, I really do have hope for the future though.
Right.
It's just gonna be a little rough.
But I just imagine if I had a really sick mind, I probably would put off passing another stimulus check just because I want my shits and giggles first. I imagine if I was in power and
I kind of feel like he's gonna be like, here's a treat
You know what I mean?
before I go. You know, like I don't know.
Maybe.
It's all
Yeah.
a comedy to me. I don't give a fuck.
Same here.
I'm just hanging on because
It's funny as shit. I love it.
nothing I ever did mattered. Nothing I said made any sense to anyone. Nothing fucking matters. I'm just here for the shits and giggles
Yep.
until the day I die.
Yep.
Because, you know, nothing I ever did mattered. And it doesn't matter.
What do you
It's all, but getting worried over, like, you got this fucking, you gotta fight and you gotta make choices. No, fuck
What do you
yourself.
mean it doesn't matter?
You just gotta do your own thing.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what other people think.
Right, that's right. Exactly.
So I just
Exactly.
walk and talk the way I do because, you know, as long as nobody's getting hurt or anything, I'm just living
Yeah, we're not hurting anybody.
the only way I know how.
Yeah.
I don't get caught up in all that bullshit.
Mhm.
Asteroids, aliens right in front of you. Face. Senseless bullshit. It's gonna be okay. Let's talk about it. The night sky is still beautiful. Stopping to watch her dance will be melody to the heart within the tears of beauty fall. You think you know it all. Don't know. it was like,
Where were you going with that?
well, there was the G from the upper sentence ran into the lower sentence that was
Yeah.
actually melting.
Oh. Okay.
Her dance will be
Okay.
melting the heart within the tears of beauty fall. You think you know it all.
Mhm.
That's more. Alright, you know what? I'm just being a little. Yeah,
Yeah.
2-3 hours sleep that'll probably help.
It's
It was a fun weekend, man. We waited all week for it.
Mhm.
What you got?
No, I was just thinking very deeply about what you wrote there. There's I don't know, for some reason it tied into suffering, and I thought to myself, really I think it's not so much suffering, but it's the reaction to suffering that can be the worst. You know, the reactions people have to it, especially if they tend to dramatize it and they make it out to be worse than it actually is, which people tend to do. I just think that suffering really was not intended to break us down, but to build us up.
You've been suffering since you got ripped out the womb.
That's right, yeah.
Whether you know it or not. You come into this world screaming.
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't leave screaming.
No. Well, maybe you don't. Maybe
Some,
you
I
don't.
guess, do,
Some probably do.
Yeah, we call those
what would you
bitches.
be screaming if you were dying? What would you be screaming?
Those are bitches. They'll do it a few more times. They'll get the
That's
rhythm.
funny. That's funny.
Watch the show. I hope you're right.
Mhm.
Because I was wrong. Lost grace, shivering in the coldness of our soulless bitch. Can't say the hello, how are you, nor goodbye and good night. Cold stare, brain dead, confused, never slowed down, the crazy one. Goodbye and good night. Now that was gonna be the ending, but I fucked that up pretty
Oh.
swell tonight. But
Oh, wow.
you know, it doesn't matter. What time we got?
We're at 20:54.
Not bad.
Yeah.
I got plenty. What do you got? You want?
I like this here about how I miss going to the Mexican restaurant.
Oh, yes.
And you leave a handsome tip
I always do.
when you and you always get greater service when you do so. And the other thing I liked about the Mexican restaurant is you feel like if anybody touches a single hair on your head, they're gonna bust out the machine guns. They got your back.
But, dude,
I love them.
They love me.
I
I
love
miss
'em.
them. They always have me when I walk in. It was
Yeah.
like they treated me like a king. Because when I throw that fucking tip
Yeah.
down and they see that shit, they're like, oh shit, amigo.
Yeah.
I'll be out in public. I saw them like where I worked, and they see me like, oh amigo, and I'm like, yeah, amigo. The margarita's on me. I was like, yeah, I'll be there this afternoon. I don't never go.
Oh yeah.
But then I'll show up like once in a while and they're like, hey, here's the man. And they give you great service. But yeah, if somebody fucks with you, they're right there. Like, when you fucking throw that heavy tip down and you come there and that's your spot, you get treated so good. I love it. I don't even know if it's over. Probably so. These people are crazy.
They
ain't
get
following
you.
none of the rules.
They really hook you up with the tequila. It's just, oh my
I
gosh.
almost, it's scary because I'm like, no, this is the last one. No, one more. And I'm like, all right, here we go for you.
I love
and
it.
they're like, ow! And I was like, oh shit, I gotta work tomorrow, man.
I love
you turn
it.
me into
Yeah.
an animal. This is why I can't fuck with you people.
It's
They
awesome.
love to turn me loose. They like, yeah.
They
What is
love
that?
it.
I love them, man. I love
them.
I love the Spanish culture. But man, I can't
So
mess
fun.
with them. They wind me up on purpose because they just want to see me go. And I'm like, I can't get one more taco, tequila. It's on you. All right, bring it. And they're like, ah, they doing the calls. I'm like, yeah.
Oh, the coyote yip.
Yeah, but then now
Yeah.
I'm like waking up in the morning. I'm like, I've been fucking with the Mexicans again. Huh? Was that mezcal? And I'm like, oh.
Remember the time you were like drinking broken glass? Like there was a broken bottle and they were like, whoa.
And they're like, ow!
Yeah.
And I'm like, no! What did I do? I woke up that morning and I still was pouring glass out of my fucking face. Oh man, and they were all for it. They were wild, man. They are something else. I love them to death. Up to the sun, then they're like talking about, now we gotta go to work. I'm like, what? But they're a hard act to follow. Oh shit.
So you said, nobody fucks with my blue pants.
Nope.
So tell me about the person who marked up your red pants with a Sharpie. The person you promptly punched in the face. Did that really happen? Did that happen? Mister, did that
I
happen?
played the fifth on that.
Oh, okay.
But I'm gonna tell you one thing. You fuck up my blue or red pants, I'm coming for you.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I works too hard for my money.
How
For
are
you
you-
to just be dirt and trying to draw my pants, I'm gonna smack the shit out of you.
Oh my god.
That's assault.
Yeah, it
That's
is.
assault on
Actually,
the
it is.
pants.
Yeah.
Anyway,
If
no.
they even touch a hair on your head, that's
They
assault.
know.
Yeah.
They know. They know. But that's assault. You came too close. I bet you won't do it again. But the blue pants are safe if you want to know.
I like what you said when you tell people you're pretty, but you're not that damn
Dude,
pretty.
I'm telling you, women at work, man. I'll be sitting there working, and they every time they'll come up. Now when I walk in, I know them by name. I say, hey, la la la, good morning, how are you? And they just stare at you and go, and I'm like, that's fucking fantastic. Good to hear it. And then they're like, what? I act like they said something. Super.
Yeah.
Fucking super. Have a good day. But then later they'll come back there, David, you know what I need? I said, I need you to shut the fuck up and get out my way.
Creepy. Yeah.
I'm like, that shit don't work. No, don't. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, get out of here.
Look, you're pretty, but you ain't that fucking pretty.
Mhm.
Daddy's here to work. I didn't come here to fucking do
Daddy's
this fucking
here to
drama
work.
shit. I'm here to make $1 or $2. And under horrible conditions. And you're gonna come bat your eyes, and now you want me to get a microwave down because you're scared of heights? Well, then strap in and join the ride, motherfucker, because you better call somebody. It's not me.
Yeah.
You remember when you fucking turned your nose up at me?
I got scared for a minute.
Boom, boom.
I really got scared for a minute. I was laughing just now, and I felt it.
Did you not pee? You didn't pee
No,
yourself.
I felt it in my tits. I was laughing and I felt it in my tits.
Now that's something I might have worked
My
with.
tits literally jiggled. I'm so sorry. I don't think I've ever laughed like that to that extent. Okay, never mind. What? Never mind. But what I was gonna say, what's so funny is you. Please don't take it the wrong way. You've literally been walking around talking like a pimp, but you're not a pimp. You're not a pimp, but you're talking. Okay, but here's your language. You say, "Daddy's got to do da da da." Okay, that's so pimp. That is pimp all over.
You want some nuts?
What the
You
hell?
want some nuts?
What the complimentary
Yeah,
nuts?
I brought the. Look, we're classy. We run a class act.
Thank you.
Go ahead, help yourself, baby.
Thank you. You're doing it again. You're doing it again.
Yeah, it's good for you.
I
You
took
should
a
have
cashew.
some nuts every now and then. What were you
Man.
saying? I'm sorry,
You're
sweetheart.
talking like you talk like a pimp, but you're not. You're actually a sweetheart. You're very sweet, but why are you talking like a pimp?
You want to hear one? I got something.
And aren't you going around calling people bitches too? You're literally going around. Okay, I'll stop. But it's so funny to me. I giggle so hard when I think about
But
it.
the only thing that makes it funny between me and you is you know it's a fucking
It's
joke.
a joke. Yeah.
And they don't.
They don't know.
Because when we come home and I just tell you these stories and we just laugh like, and they be like,
Oh my
no, you
God.
did, yes I did, yeah, I know. And dude,
Yeah.
it's fucking, dude, the thing is, I'm practicing something here, and they have no idea, but I'm actually practicing out material.
Daddy's got to work. I'm like, whoa.
And this is called In My Youth. Misconstrued, tired eyes of not you. Mourning the loss of confused minds. Paradise in the youth. Firecrackers and bags of dog shit. An old man Johnson's doorstep. He was back at war as we giggled behind his prize-winning shrubs. Leaning against a creek with stolen booze mixed with porno magazines, we had a game. Chick with a dick or not. If you liked her, she always had one. First fights pursued. The streets were the playground. The night no one knew. Myself, I like to stare at the stars on the roof.
I love that. Yeah. But I get what you're saying. What's funny is all that.
I wrote
the whole
all this
story.
on little. I was stretched out then. So.
But that wild story aside, in the end, you really just like to be alone.
Yeah, I just stare at. I used to like stare at laying on the roof, half naked, and stare at the stars and just
Oh, yeah.
daydream and watch space. But it's so wild because out in the country you can really see
Yeah.
all of space.
Do you know what I
Because
like
there's
to
no
do?
lights, you can really see.
Yeah, there's no lights. Do you know what I used
And
to
I
do?
used to just think, and man, it was the best time.
I used to walk down dark country roads.
And I'd have the window open with the records playing because I always
was
had
exciting.
music going. But I remember that was when I was at my freest.
And every now and then you'll run into a dead animal on the side of the road,
You
and there's
sure
no
as hell
lights,
will.
but you smell it.
I
You
don't.
smell
I
it.
can't. I've never been able to smell, but
But let me tell
I
you,
can almost taste it in the air though.
yeah, but
when it's
it
so
is
rank, you can. Yeah.
exciting. And then because there's no lights in the distance, every now and then you see this bright little light that gets larger and larger and larger, and then shoom. It's a vehicle. Like, they just come by. They don't even see you half the time. I don't even think they notice you until they're right up on you. Yeah.
They don't notice you till right past you, and they don't know. What was that?
And it's exhilarating.
That's why, if you're not, if you're, that's why you gotta be careful when you walk, because if you get, they'll hit you. But it's not their fault. Like, they literally can't see.
They
Cause
can't
you see how dark it was out here when I was driving. That's why I get in these little skinny roads. And even with the bright lights on, you can't see shit in these little shitty roads. I'm like, we're driving through the darkness.
The darkness. Yeah, so fun.
Drinking me on a summer breeze. Watching the birds chirp while eating garbage out of a can with a plastic spoon. They looked so happy, I thought. Then one yellow butterfly flew so high. I'm sure he wanted sun. Now back to it. The evils of that punching clock. Never worried, just thinking. Nights burn as the sun screams, forget the night. Asleep as lambs consuming their own destruction. Free thought should not mean don't try. Meet me in the system.
Yeah. And this goes back to what we said the other day about how
now here's that
the
what I
don't
want to
try
talk. Now
thing.
this is where the propaganda is about to get strong, and I noticed this, and we both noticed this.
Mm-hmm.
Now I studied philosophy. You studied. This is where we met. Psychological studies and philosophy. This is our interest, and this is how we fell in love because we have the interest.
I have an affinity for it. I love it.
Because we love to study these things, and that's our passion. They're using Taoism.
Mm-hmm.
And
Stoicism.
It just it bothers me so bad. And you start looking, and they putting it out there now. But they said the art of not trying. Don't try. I said, stop right there.
Mm-hmm.
You fucking idiot. You never even studied it. Because let me tell you something. Let's start with Marcus Aurelius.
Yeah, Marcus Aurelius. Oh yes, he was.
But
do you
know what? What kind of job he had? He hated and did not want to do. What was it?
He witnessed the execution.
But that was his job. He had to do it.
He witnessed the executions of Christians on a daily basis.
Their head getting chopped off.
Yeah.
And he was the richest man that wanted nothing. He wanted none of it, but he did it every day anyway. Because it was his job. But he hated it.
He was very humble.
He hated his job, but he did it.
He did, but he considered himself a statesman. He did not consider himself an emperor, even though he was an emperor. He did it anyway. He just he did what had to be done.
But it was against his will.
Yes, and he wrote of death often.
Yeah, but it had to be done.
Yes.
But yet, he separated himself when he wrote.
Yeah.
So he could pull himself away, but that's how he could do it.
Yes.
Because that's his release.
They called it his meditations because he was just writing for himself. Yeah.
Don't tell me he didn't try and he didn't. No.
No.
The art of not trying and drunk on life. Are you fucking get the fuck out of here with that? Is fucking the biggest bullshit.
What they said is the term they use for stoicism.
No man, they running that shit in the ground and they got it wrong. But that's these kids are gonna buy into.
They said power is not caring. No, it's not.
This is why.
No.
You have.
Power is not caring. No, I'm pretty sure Stoics cared. It's not about not caring.
But the thing is, you listen to somebody else's idea, but you never went back and read the book itself. You got to read the book. You can't just watch a video or listen to somebody else. You can take an idea, but go to the library or look up the book itself and read it front to back, and you'll have a different idea.
Yes.
Because you don't take your information. You can get an idea, and you got to do the research. But I would do it in book form.
Oh yes.
Or you're gonna get lied to.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because it's just that's how the Bible gets messed up. You can go to church all day long, but why don't you just get that Bible and sit at home and read it? I guarantee you, you're going to come away with something a whole lot different.
Oh yeah.
It's a philosophy.
Yep.
And
I mean,
it's a very good book. I read it, but you'll be lied to 100% of the time if you listen to other people.
and just like any writing, and Kurt Vonnegut mentioned this himself, that you can take anyone's writing and spin it to your own idea.
Yeah,
spin it with your own idea.
That's
and
just human nature.
that's what we do.
But you got to read it for yourself.
That's exactly
In fact,
it. Yeah.
Why don't you come up with your own conclusion instead of relying on other people? Have you ever thought about that?
Oh yes. I mean.
Because what's a life worth living if you didn't write your own story? I mean, why are you living off everybody else's hopes and dreams?
Yes. It's not about that. It's not about that.
What's wrong with trying to live on your own hopes and dreams?
Oh, I know.
And
or reinventing.
Reinventing
hopes and dreams.
I'll take crazy any day of the week.
Yeah.
The joke in my mind's eye, polished in a new method with a result. Failure time after time. However, if you test the time that the universal mind takes you in, waking, sleeping, dreaming, where are we at right now? Loving the scene of complete disarray. Remembering when many horses were hip? I do. Then they killed those bastards after the fact they bite. Wondering, stirring, destruction. The poisonous cloud day to day, consuming the fear in smiling people. The joker brings the smile, then hurts for the cracked hearts of the king. Nothing in return but the pleasure of laughter.
Yeah. Well, I would hope in the end, especially, I'm not saying it's too late, but we might be too late.
It's never too
I hope
late.
in the end, I hope you're right.
It's never too late.
That
Fuck. It's always the end.
perhaps the joke was the most important part. The laughter was the most important part. That's what you should have been living for, instead of killing each other.
That's what I'm all about.
Yes, instead of being a little bastard and destroying people's lives, maybe you should have focused on taking care of each other.
Give me everything you got and watch me run through it, and I'll be back and smiling and say, "Do you have any more?"
Living a good life. Yeah.
And I said, "Give me everything you got, and when I'm done, you'll turn around, I'll be standing there smiling and say, 'Can I have more, please?'"
Yep.
Give me danger. Give me everything you got, and I'll do it. And ask me the impossible. I'll do it, and I'll turn around, and I'll drive you insane by keep repeating, "Can I have more?
Yeah.
Can I have more? Can I?" And you're like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" Well, you keep giving me more, and I consume it.
Mm-hmm.
As work is involved, and I said, "Can I have more?" And you're like, "What the fuck?" Because I'm telling you.
And I don't mean to
they're
sound
greedy bastards, but you know what? I'll take it all.
I don't mean to sound
But I earned
callous.
everything I have.
Yes, well, I don't mean to sound callous. But
No.
you can't blame other people for you not having a good life. You can't blame people for that. You can't. And even in the most dire of circumstances, you know what you still have? Your mind and your heart.
Well,
you nurture that.
for some reason, I understand
and nurture
it,
others.
though. There's a fear.
Yes.
And you see a task, you know you gotta do something, but there's a fear.
Yes.
And I think it's self-doubt
Of course.
that causes, it
There's a lot of
triggers the
that.
fear, and like you say you can't do this.
Mm-hmm.
But in my mind, you pour gasoline on that shirt and throw a match to it, and you do it. I mean,
do
but
it anyway.
I mean, once you get to that fear and that anxiety, and you just do it anyway.
It's not so bad.
No, you start really moving.
Yeah, you find out it's really not that
Because
bad.
That is something I am no longer familiar with, but I dealt with it for years, and
Yeah.
I destroyed that feeling.
Yeah.
You just have to do it.
Do it anyway. And then when you find out that you succeed, or you do it right,
And
it feels so good.
Don't let nobody stop you.
No.
But
No.
your heart's got to be in the right place.
Of course. That, first and foremost, you do have to have your heart in the right place.
That's all. And and it doesn't hurt to add a little style to it, because you want to put your name on it. You know?
Yeah.
But you're doing it for everything, you know.
Yeah.
Whatever the task may be.
Sanford has style. I think sometimes he focuses more.
He's being quiet.
Yeah,
you know, he's becoming the best cameraman that ever lived.
He's been really good this episode. Really, he had. You do that to him, and he just stares at you.
Oh, now he's gonna get pissy. He hates that shit.
He has style. He definitely has style, and
we breed style here at Bo Diddley.
Some might argue he focuses too much on his style, but it's okay. It's all right. You know.
Where are we at?
I think we are at 41:34, so this is about the time.
You got any last words?
Other than that, I love those birds right now. I'm looking out that window and there's so many birds.
Turds.
Birds, not turds. If they're flying, it's bad. If turds are flying right now,
turds are flying,
it's awful.
And I'm not butt naked out there with my hand throwing them. There's a problem.
Oh.
What was it? Turdnado instead of Sharknado?
Tornado.
But there's a tornado, but it's carrying turds.
You said that there's so many shark attacks right now.
Dude,
you said you're afraid they're gonna get. They're gonna grow legs.
And I was trying to read the news.
Crawl on
but
shore.
everything got broke. But
yeah.
What I remember, I read. Sharks are eating people like saltine crackers. They eating white people. They go out stuff. And they're going out there trying to find. They said, hey, and we're going to find the shark and we're going to kill him.
No! Why would you do that?
I was like, well, you stepped into the danger zone, baby.
It's sort of
How
like.
How are you going to find a shark in the ocean?
I'm really sorry.
How are you going to find a killer shark in the ocean?
But can I tell you something? I think that if I could see a shark on a like during an interview on a program, I think the shark would say something similar to what a predator would say. He would say, "She was asking for it. She was wearing them skimpy shorts again.
She had them
like
juicy pants
she
on.
she was asking for it.
She was juicy.
It'll be like a complete creep, and like he's baring his teeth like it would be so horrific. I think if you saw a shark on a program,
I'm not going out there.
Yeah.
You know, I'll take a quick dip and out. You know,
it's really bad. Like you said, they're gonna grow limbs. It's gonna be worse than mud puppies. Okay, don't mud puppies look stupid? Don't they look so stupid? They do. But they have so much fun. I can tell they have so much fun.
No.
Yeah, because you're just wallowing in shit all day.
Dude,
yeah.
I'm pretty sure they're fucking stupid.
So
as shit.
fun.
I don't even think they have a brain. Anyway.
Okay.
Oh, what have you done to me?
I don't know.
Shit! I gotta bring this up. Oh.
Mhm.
All right. I got this magazine.
Yeah.
South Carolina Living. Insider's Guide to Beaufort, South Carolina. It's a beautiful historical, where, you know, when everything's beautiful. But before you get to that, you got to hear about this. Ready to Ride. Oh my God. It is the history of this guy. I swear, that's a Macbeth right there. That's what you got to read.
This is what he looks like, everyone. Look at his face. This is his face. I don't know if you could see that.
Oh my God.
There he
that
is.
Beautiful mullet.
There he is.
I think I know John C. Macbeth's father now. I think that's his father.
Yeah.
That's his father.
That's him. That is him. He might be a serial killer. We don't know. All right.
Enough of that talk. We don't want to stir nobody up. All right. Lord help me.
Most of our viewers are serial. No, I'm just kidding. this is David Graham.
Nice to meet you.
Tune in next week.
You got it.